Will Charles Oliveira drop a juicy elbow into that soft spot on Islam Makhachev's dome and take him out? Will he take the world by storm? Will he surprise the world? Will he shock the world, I think was the actual terminology used. Maybe he will. But why does he need to shock the world? We've seen him beat many of people. Is it because Islam has proven to be dominant? Yes. Is it arrogant that Charles Oliveira has turned around and said that he can start in the guard position on the floor and still beat him? Yes. Has Islam Makhachev got the skill set to beat Charles Oliveira? 100%. 100%. Is he dominant like Khabib? Islam Makhachev, that is. Yes. He's dominant in his division. Islam has the skill sets to reign lightweight division without a doubt. And potentially, he has said, 4 to 5 fights defending, moves to welterweight. Interesting. What if he does? What if he beats Oliveira next Saturday, defends his belt against the top 5, whoever that may be? Maybe Conor McGregor comes back and there's like almost like a Nurmagomedov Conor 2 kicking off. Maybe that's a huge pay-per-view fight that we can see in 2 to 3 years, whenever that maybe happen. Maybe it's next year that happens if that's the way this fight goes. And then we see him jump to 170, depending on who's got that title right now. What if it's Edwards is still reigning? What if Usman has taken it back? What if Chimaev is in there? What if Chimaev makes weight, beats whoever that when he gets his title shot, whenever that may be? Do we see an Islam Makhachev Khamzat Chimaev? What does that fight look like? Tell me that. It all depends on if Charles Oliveira says and does, or does what he says, which is shock the world and beat Islam Makhachev. If he beats Islam Makhachev, what's next for Charles? Volkanovski? I mean, I think we've discussed this before. I've made a lot of videos about this fight in the last couple of weeks. Does Charles move up? Can we see a Charles and a Leon Edwards matchup? Do we see a Charles and Khamzat Chimaev matchup? I think that's obvious who would come out of that. I think it ultimately depends. I think it ultimately depends on who is more dominant on the ground. I think the fight will go to the ground between these two gentlemen, these two fighters, these two both elite level fighters, with no bias. Okay? No bias on who I want to specifically win. No bias on who's got a better resume, who's made weight, who hasn't made weight. Right? Who's going to win? We've got this elite level Sambo wrestler, jiu-jitsu specialist, born in, well, I don't know if he's born in Dagestan, but you're getting it what I mean. You got Islam Makhachev, then you've got Charles Oliveira, grew up in the Bronx, is an elite level fighter, had a quite questionable, controversial kind of 145 division kind of run, and then lightweight division has succeeded and has made his way to the top and has fought his way to the top on an 11 fight win streak. And you've got these two fighters. Does Charles dominate Islam Makhachev? We've seen Makhachev be knocked out by a lucky punch, admittedly. I don't think the guy who knocked him out won a fight after that. I can't remember his name. It eludes me right now. However, we've seen Makhachev get knocked out. We've seen Charles Oliveira get stopped and give up several times. But they're both two separate different fighters right now. That's the thing. They've come a long way. They've won a lot of fights since those two things have happened. And I think they're both in their prime. Oliveira is exubering with confidence. Whether or not exubering's even a word. I just made it up. You got Islam Makhachev is at his peak prime, 31 or 32. Has had excellent coaching, not only from Khabib's father, as well as Khabib. Skill sets are similar. It's going to be a tough one. Let me know what you guys think. There is a divide in the community of these fighters. There is a group of extreme cult-like folk who follow Islam Makhachev and only believe Makhachev's going to win. You have an extreme amount of people who have doubted Oliveira in the past, and now they believe Oliveira will win, including MMA fighters on both sides. And I'm not saying cult in a bad way, don't take it wrong, but they believe in him so much that anything you say against them, they jump on you, right? Same with Oliveira. If I made this video and biased towards Oliveira, biased towards Islam, I'd get, similar thing, right? Looking at it from both perspectives. Then you have the people who don't know, and that's kind of where I fall into. It's tricky. It's a tricky fight because we've seen both sides. And whoever wins doesn't make a difference to me, because whatever fight is next is still going to be interesting for both fighters, whichever way it goes, whichever division. I'm excited. It's best card of the year, without a doubt. 100% best card of the year. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below with your thoughts and comments. And if you're still watching 7 minutes and 13 seconds into this video, I appreciate everyone who has watched up until this point, and you should probably hit that like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I drop a video like this. I appreciate every one of you. See you on the next one.